Hello and welcome to my channel. It's October 27th, and today I'll be doing a freestyle on Trump. So, most people hate the guy, most people also love the guy. So, if you like him, you really, really like him, and if you hate him, you really, really hate him. And that's one of the most complicated things about him. For Obama, you could love him, but you couldn't really, really hate him. And for most presidents, it's kind of like that. And he's been a radical person. That's why some people are. He really has loyalists. So the thing people are accusing mostly of is that he was racist, and the racism part comes from, I think, some business deal he used to have where he was avoiding black tenants. Yeah, and it was an allegation which he apparently won. But from his interaction when before he ran for president, how he interacted with the black people, I don't think the guy is racist. Him wanting to protect his country, put his country first, might make many outsiders not really like him. But for the people in US, they really love him because he wants to put America first. And that's the narrative is peddling. And people like it. Biden has made America weak, and people no longer believe in its power to even protect. Because some of these countries don't even listen to America. Countries like Israel are starting unnecessary wars. Russia started an unnecessary war. China wants to invade Taiwan. So it's a very tough place the world is in at the moment. And the reason why I want Trump is to win. The first reason is for world peace. Look at it this way: Putin didn't respect Biden because he was old and coward. That's why they could warn him, but he still invaded Ukraine. Netanyahu can't listen to Joe Biden. Do you think Netanyahu will listen to a woman president, Kamala? Do you think he will? Do you think Putin will listen to Kamala if Kamala wins? So those are my concerns. We might be progressive, we might be in a modern world, we might be in a better world, but some people are still in the back age. People like Putin, I don't think they'll listen to a woman telling something to do. If he couldn't listen to the Sleepy Joe, what makes you think he'll listen to Kamala? The Rocket Man, as Trump calls him, the guy from North Korea, he is so bad that I don't think he'll listen to a woman. That's how toxic the world is. Do you think those Saudi princes will listen to Kamala? So if you put the free world in the hands of Kamala, are we really safe from those other people that we consider not as free? Will Museveni listen to Kamala? Will the president listen to Kamala? So the leader of America should be the world president, but imagine if it's Kamala, someone who is not even respected with her own people. And it's not a gender thing. The Queen of England was respected. She could say something and people listened. Because she was respected. Because of the way she earned her place. Kamala, the way she goes to point of power is questionable. She's more of a socialite to some degree. And I think the second reason why I most likely will prefer Trump over Kamala is that the Democrats have continuously been known to tamper with African politics. They've been continuously known to tamper with African politics, and they call it peace. Someone like Trump, during his reign, there were less wars in the world, there were less wars in Africa, and he wasn't forcing us to do things we don't want. He wasn't forcing us to do things we don't want. And on that point, I'm going to those things that we didn't want, like for the number three. The reason I prefer Trump over Kamala or the Republicans over the Democrats is because as I grow older, I'm becoming a conservative. And I think people should respect other people's cultures. If you see the Muslims, you should respect their culture, how they move, how they work. So the Democrats are always pushing an agenda, and that's why at times you might be really skeptical about them. The agenda for a very long time was the LGBTQ1. Once they conquered it and forced it on African countries, and those people who refused to accept it were sanctioned or banned. Now they have a new motive. If they win, they'll be pushing a new agenda. And the agenda is that there are more than a million genders, where women can play in men's sport, men can play in women's sport. You are who you think you are. You're the gender that you assign yourself. So long as something you leave to God, you give it to yourself. That's the neo Democrat belief. My issue is not that I don't have an issue with the belief. It's okay, think whatever you want. But now the issue of forcing people to think the way you want is the downside. Forcing the American agendas down the drain of other African countries, what I hate. But for them, that's what they're always working on. Where you find an NGO might be funding more money to the LGBTQ community in Kenya than to the real poor people. So you wonder, what's the priority? Or what, as a country, what should we put first? The people who are dying hungry and angry, or these people who feel like they were born in the wrong body? And that's the agenda that they've had for the past 5 years. But I think most Americans are tired of it. That's why they decided that we are going to vote Trump. And Kamala is most likely losing. The fourth reason why they hate him is because Trump is a multi-billionaire. People hate him because he was born in a well-off family. People hate him because he's rich. People hate him for his lifestyle. So he might be arrogant. He might lie once in a while. But between him and Kamala, like you have these two, I'll say, relatively bad choices. And everyone wants to choose something that is relatively good to them. Because I know for a fact that Trump is a bully, yes. Trump is a psycho, yes. But I'll bet a businessman run the world economy than a politician whose only interest is to cut deals. Someone like Kamala doesn't know how to make legit money. Do you think if you give Kamala a billion or a million Kenya shilling, a million USD, can she convert it to more money? But you're sure Trump as a businessman can convert, can make investments, can strengthen the dollar. As much as if the dollar is strengthened, it's worse on us Africans. But it's good when America is doing good. Because the Chinese are bullied, the Russians are bullied. And the world threat is from China, mostly. People don't say it, but it's there, it's coming. They are giving debts to African countries, knowing fully well our leaders want to pay. Then they'll come for ransom. And who will protect you? Who will protect you? Because China is growing and America is diminishing. And as we go to the last reason why I prefer Trump over Kamala, still on the China issue. USA and China. If you have to pick a side, most people will choose US over China. Because you've seen whatever is going on in China. You've seen it. You've seen how those citizens are being treated. You've seen the dictatorship in China. Like you've observed it. You've observed it. You've seen how US is getting weak. That China is even risking doing surveillance on them. So if China becomes so big, who will protect you if the US is weak? If China becomes so big, who will protect you? China might go rogue. China might go rogue. North Korea might go rogue. Israel is going rogue. You might hate the US, you might hate their philosophy, you might hate their leaders, but they play a very big and vital part in the world politics. And whoever is in that office determines a lot. Because the wrong move with Kamala, we might be going to world war because no leader will be listening to her, especially China. China currently has all the money. It has the population, it has the knowledge, it has the technology. What's stopping them? America is getting weaker and weaker. Who will protect you from China? Especially us in Africa, who we've taken huge amounts of debt from China. Let's China know that we are unable to pay. We will be unable to pay. Yet they still give us those loans.
Oh my God! I may not be your best, and I don't claim to be, but I'm the one you have.
Son of soil, nekadeli maombi.